All right. So, sorry, I just did a video on Robert Pattinson becoming the new Batman, and I expressed my feelings and thoughts on that one. But I wasn't gonna do this, but I watched the entire Batwoman trailer, and I gotta say, I mean, once I found out that it was a CW show, something told me don't watch this, and then I watched the first two. I don't know, man. First couple of scenes or first couple of clips. I don't know, like maybe 20 seconds where it was the short haired girl, and then it was the cop being beat up, and then it was the blonde haired chick. I watched those, and then I just kind of turned it off because I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. I didn't even know who Batwoman was supposed to be. So I really didn't know what the hell was going on. But against my better judgment, I finished the trailer, and I gotta say, my expectations were met. That was the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. And it's just so blatant. Listen, I said it before, man. I am a huge Batman fan. There is no other superhero, I think, that can hold a candle to Batman. He's just that imposing against anybody. I mean, this dude is incredibly intelligent. He's very wealthy. I mean, I don't know. Some may see his actions as anti-heroish. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to say that. And I don't know. I think that there are gray areas when it comes to anything like that. Like to be a superhero, there has to be a gray area. You can't just be black and white, good and good versus bad. That's what I liked about the trilogy for Batman that Christopher Nolan did, and he established this in the first movie, because to have that Batman just punishing people for doing bad shit, what in the eyes of people is bad shit, but there's really no context to why any of it is happening. I would have thought it was ridiculous. But they established this in the first movie where Bruce Wayne put himself on the level of those who are forced into actions that some may see as immoral. I mean, not even immoral. I mean, stealing food to feed yourself and your family is not immoral. I would just say wrong, because stealing is stealing. But still, everything should be looked at through a scope of what are the circumstances. If your circumstances and did somebody get hurt? And that's also a huge thing. And I'm glad that they set that as a point. But I think Batman does the best he can in such a evil fucking city. Like, Gotham is seriously fucking demented with some of the shit that I don't think Metropolis is as demented as Gotham is. I mean, you have a dude dressed up as a clown going around blowing people the fuck up and murdering people at an extremely high rate. I mean, you have a dude that looks like a penguin who ran for mayor. And listen, Gotham, the TV show, I watched the first season with great expectations. I watched the second season with mild expectations. And then after like the third season, I just was like, you know what, fuck this. Because I thought that show was it slowly became garbage. And I was a little disappointed because the showrunners, the people that put it together, they actually, one of them worked on my favorite TV show on CBS, The Mentalist. He actually worked on that show. So I was expecting great story, I don't know, man. I just felt like that show was a massive disappointment. And most of these fucking shows are massive disappointments, but this show in particular is a massive disappointment. CW is a massive disappointment. And at this point, CW is this woke fucking engine, like this monster, this machine that's just pumping out all this shit. And I don't know, like, and when they came out with the Teen Titans trailer, and they showed how his Robin's thoughts on Batman. When he said "fuck Batman," I was like, why? Like, I mean, sure, they may fight, man, but I mean, that's as close to a father-son relationship as you're gonna get. Because I believe that's Dick Grayson, but he just said "fuck Batman," and I was thrown off. I was like, why? What the fuck did Batman do? Like, and now they're coming out with this where now they're saying that Batwoman is the real Batman and there is no Batman and y'all should all forget about Batman because Batman isn't important anymore. And it's starting to dawn on me while they're doing that. Batman is, in my opinion, one of the most manly, most masculine. He's that figure, man. He's that figure. And they're trying to destroy him. Like, I honestly believe that they're trying to destroy the image of Batman. And it's messed up, man, because that's the problem with this whole feminist thing, man. Like, I'm not saying this is a feminist project, but that's the problem with this whole feminist thing. You don't want to deal with men because you think men have this overinflated opinion of themselves that they don't deserve. But yet and still, most of the things in your life that you use, most of the things in your life that you need, and most of the things in your life that you have relied on was either made by men, provided by men, and you shit on men. Like, it's like you need what we can give you, but you don't have no respect for anybody but yourself, and you don't give a fuck, and I think that's a terrible message, especially for these kids who watch these fucking superhero TV shows, and that's who these shows are geared towards, is the children. They're trying to indoctrinate them early, and they're trying to put certain things in their head for the next generation of fucking fuck boys. Ain't fuck girls. I mean, I'm diverse and I'm, equality. There you go. Look, I mean, Batman is a great character and they're slowly ruining him and emasculating him for the sake of agenda. And then, it annoys me when people come out and they say, well, I don't listen to all that agenda stuff. And then people talk about SJWs and, all this other stuff, because I just care about people. You're fucking retarded. Anybody who says that is fucking retarded. All right, listen. Game of Thrones went down the drain because they're too busy trying to kill off every powerful male figure on the show. Like, Game of Thrones, literally no fucking woman on that show, like, main character, like Sansa, Arya, fucking Daenerys, Cersei, like, Brienne, all of those women that was in the first 2 seasons of the goddamn show is, a part of the main cast is still alive. Like, it's funny how out of all the Stark children, every last Stark son, even Jon, every last Stark son besides Bran has died. And the worst that has happened to Arya and Sansa is rape and fucking, what is it? I don't know. She just went through a whole bunch of shit, but I mean, you're talking about Robb Stark, who was murdered. He watched his fucking fiance die. He watched his child get stabbed to death inside the womb. And then he was fucking stabbed, betrayed by his own men 3 times. And then betrayed by his mother. And then fucking had his head cut off. And they cut his wolf's head off, stuffed it on top. Look, I think that's worse than rape. And I don't want to sound insensitive, man, but they use rape like as this demonic force, which is a very immoral thing. But they use it as this thing that's supposed to make you sympathize with the female character. But then when we see Joffrey, who's obviously just a confused little kid, who I fucking hated that character, but he's just a confused little kid who grew up only knowing a certain way of life, only knowing a certain way of thinking, and they use him as some barometer for all evil and shit, and I don't know, man, I just don't agree with it. people celebrated Joffrey's death, and I get it. He was a terrible asshole. That character was very fucking terrible, and I get it, you know. But I don't know, man. I mean, where is the line? If we're gonna be pissed about the rape on the show, I mean, shouldn't we be pissed that, you know, we watch simulated children's death? Tommen jumps out of a fucking window. Theon gets his dick cut off. I mean, like, where the fuck is the line? But because they're not getting raped, it's, you know, Jaime gets his hand cut off. Jaime gets his hand cut off trying to protect the woman from getting raped. You know, like, but the only thing that people could think about that's terrible on the show that happens is Sansa getting raped and all this other shit. Like, come on, man. Even fucking Daenerys. And it's funny how she was getting raped in the beginning and people focus on that. But the dude that was raping her, she turned around falling in love with the guy. I mean, don't bring that up. I already have my thoughts on Daenerys Targaryen, but there should be a line. If there should be a line for us, there should be a line for every fucking body. And it's like, you have to watch what you say and do, and I can do whatever the fuck I want. And that's pretty much all feminism is I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and you can't do anything that you want to do because you've had, 100 fucking years of ruling over us, making us feel like we're less than. I mean, it is what it is, man. But I don't know, this ran a little longer than I wanted it to run, but this Batwoman project is just a definition of what's wrong. And, you know, why I honestly believe that most of these women just need to be left alone. Most of them want to fuck each other anyway, so just let them do them. But the problem is men love getting their penis is wet, so hey, you know, it is what it is. But you know, we can't keep complaining about them when we're allowing them to do whatever, and then we're making them think it's okay. I mean, I already know I don't even talk to some of the women in my family, honestly. I don't talk to anybody, man, because, you know, to me, my time is precious, and I refuse to let anybody, especially women, especially my own mother, waste my time. And so, good luck to Batwoman. I mean, if it becomes a success, great. I think everybody should have something that they're into. But yeah, that's it.